Europe at the turn of the 20th century was a continent of empires, alliances, and rising tensions. Nations were poised on the brink of conflict, but no one knew that a single event in a small Balkan city would set the world on fire. Sarajevo, June 28, 1914. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, arrives with his wife, Sophie, for a visit. It's a day meant to symbolize imperial power, but it will end in tragedy. Franz Ferdinand was a man of contradictions, an advocate for reform within the empire, yet a symbol of its dominance. But he had enemies, and one of them was waiting in the crowd. Gavrilo Princip, a 19-year-old Bosnian Serb nationalist, was part of a group determined to strike a blow against Austro-Hungarian rule. That morning, another assassin had already thrown a bomb at the Archduke's car, but it missed its target. Later that day, as the Archduke's car took a wrong turn, fate handed Princip a second chance. He stepped forward and fired 2 shots. Franz Ferdinand and Sophie were both mortally wounded. Panic erupted in the streets, but the consequences of that moment of violence would be felt far beyond Sarajevo. The assassination set off a chain reaction. Austria-Hungary, backed by Germany, issued an ultimatum to Serbia. When Serbia's response didn't satisfy Vienna, war was declared. But it didn't stop there. Russia mobilized to support Serbia, Germany declared war on Russia, and soon, France and Britain were pulled in. What began as a regional conflict exploded into a full-scale war, engulfing Europe and beyond. World War I, known then as the Great War, was unlike anything the world had seen. Millions of soldiers fought in brutal conditions, facing new horrors like trench warfare, poison gas, and machine guns. The war didn't just devastate armies, it tore apart societies. Entire cities were reduced to rubble, and the old order of Europe began to crumble. In 1918, the war finally ended, but the peace that followed was fragile. The Treaty of Versailles redrew the map of Europe, but it also sowed the seeds for future conflict. The unresolved tensions and grievances of World War I would eventually lead to an even more devastating conflict, World War II. The assassination of Franz Ferdinand wasn't just the spark that ignited the First World War. It set the stage for much of the 20th century's darkest moments. The death of one man on a quiet summer day in 1914 unleashed a wave of destruction that claimed millions of lives. It's a reminder of how fragile peace can be, and how the actions of a few can shape the destiny of millions. History is full of turning points, but few are as profound as the assassination of Franz Ferdinand, a single event that changed the world forever.